One of the most common mistakes that I see people make as business owners before they go after their goals is they overcomplicate the activities that will produce a result. They think in their head, and I've heard people say this, that, well, if success was that easy for everybody, wouldn't everybody be rich? And it can't really be that easy. The truth is this. My years of building business, I've seen the activities, the actual things that you need to do, the strategies are very simple. And there's no lack of information now out there on how to build a business online. I'm serious. You look anywhere and you can find it. But the hard part is actually putting it into work and taking action. And that's the thing, is the reason why, if it was so easy, everybody would be successful. Well, most people are not willing to do the activities that are that easy. And then they basically put gasoline on top of it and light it on fire by saying, okay, I'm going to do all of these hard things that feel like work, that make me feel like I'm doing enough to build my business. So that way then I have a reason to complain later when things aren't working out. I often see this to where, it gives you a scapegoat to say, hey, I did all that hard work and nothing worked out. Nothing produced a result. Well, did you do the easy things that you said were easy? Have you done those things yet? And most often than not, anybody that I talk to, anybody that I've coached, they're avoiding the easy things. Even myself, I do this. It's actually a human thing. Like every person that I've met, even who's successful in business, does this. They avoid the easy things for the more hard things, and then they wonder why they're not working because they did all the hard things that should produce the result, right? It's actually the simplistic things, the basics, staying consistent with the basics over time that produce the result. And this violates our brain a little bit. It kind of tweaks our brain a little bit because that doesn't make sense. Like it does not compute, right? But the reality is that's how it works. There's laws to business, there's laws to life, and the strategies that produce the results that get the sales, they really are that simple. But the hardest part is working through the weeds that are in your head to actually get you to move your hands, move your fingers, move your mouth, to move your feet, to do those things, to actually do those activities. And this is where I see a lot of people are at, is they're still not doing those activities. They'll say, I don't know what the activities are to do. Well, are you moving your hands, moving your feet to learn what you don't know? Are you actively, intentionally going out there to learn what those things are? If you're not, then great. Then that's your next step, is to learn, to discover what those things are. And it really is that simple, my friends. Anything else that we spin, twist, manipulate in our head to overcomplicate it is just white noise. It's just noise in our head that we come up with, and it fills our brain up with anxiety and fear and worry and because if it was that simple and we weren't doing it, we have to come face to face with a hard truth that maybe we were wrong all along. And it's hard for people to admit that they've been wrong all along. And so we constantly keep working, doing all the wrong things, working harder than we should, because it justifies and validates to ourselves what we've been telling ourselves all along. If it was that easy, everybody would be successful. And so we worked harder than we need to, doing all the wrong things. Is this resonating with any of you? I have a feeling that it would. And I'm actually like really excited for this because I was talking with one of my coaching clients, and this is what he was struggling with. And I realized, oh, wow, almost everybody that I've ever talked to or worked with or coached in business has at some point dealt with this thing. And as soon as they just break through and they start doing the simple stuff, they just start methodically doing the simple stuff every single day, even if it's not producing a result every day, by the way. That's the hard part. Staying consistent when you're not seeing results. That's the hard part. You want to know, most people do not have inside of them the tenacity to do that. And that's what I'd love to even challenge you with, is staying consistent, doing the simple activities, even when you're not seeing a result. Can you do that? Most of you I know couldn't. Most people can't. And that's why most people are not wealthy, are not successful, is because they're looking for sure things. They're looking for guarantees. They have a hard time doing things methodically, consistently, without seeing instant gratification. And so when we can break our addiction to instant gratification, and then we start doing those easy things, that's when things start to fall into place for you. Now, yes, there's always going to be little nuances and things that you need to shift and adjust and change. And that's what mentors and coaches and books and constantly learning, constantly growing. Listen, you're not going to just learn one time. You need to make it a lifestyle of learning and growing and discovering, okay, what don't I know right now about building my business that I need help with to move things forward? And when you can do that, that's when you start to see success in your life and your business. So really ask yourself, again, I said this yesterday. I said this on Sunday. What's stopping you from seeing success in your life from your business? What is standing in your way? What is holding you back from doing those activities in reality? Today, not next week, not next month, today. What's stopping you? What's stopping you from having a lifestyle of the activities that grow a successful business? Really identify those things inside of yourself. When you can, then you can build and develop a strategy to do the work to get the results that you want. And that's what I love helping people with. Listen, I'd love to talk with you about your business and about what you're working through. You can schedule a 15-minute call with me on my website, where we can talk about your business, where you're at, and how to take it to the next level. I believe that every single person who's watching this video right now, that you have the ability inside of you to go from where you are to getting more sales in a business. But it's going to take you learning some things that you don't know right now, changing some of the beliefs that you have, and changing some habits, making some different decisions, and doing some different actions than you've been doing up to this moment in time to get a different result. It really is that simple. How do we identify what those actions are? It's different for every person, depending on where they're at in their business. If you go through the over 600 videos that I have on my social media, 115 podcast episodes, my courses that I have, you'll find strategies that I've used that work with my clients to get results. And if you'd like to dive deeper, schedule that call with me. We can talk about your business, where you're at,